Hi guys, Squirrel here, and welcome to episode 39 of Trucking Diaries. Now, before we begin this episode, I've got a quick message for you. I was contacted a few days ago by a company that's based in London. They make a mobile application for graduates who are students, effectively, and they make an app called Debut, which is an app to help them to find internships and graduate jobs. My son is actually at university right now, so he's going to be looking for a graduate job. But when I was at university, I got an internship at IBM, and I found it fantastically useful. Now, they asked me to pass on a message to you. They've basically got a competition open right now to design a mobile game. And the prize is for somebody to win a 1-month paid internship at their offices in London. Where you'll work with a team, you'll liaise with game developers, and you'll see your game design come to life. Now, I figured there's a bunch of you guys out there that are either students or you know a student who loves games, and they might be interested in this opportunity, because the thing is, you don't need any coding knowledge. You just need to come up with your game design, write a brief description, like a sketch of how it might look, and then it has to be like touch-based because it's mobile, and then you submit it. You submit the mechanics of how it might work, just a one-pager. No interviews, no forms, no coding, nothing. Anyway, if it's something of interest, then there's a link in the video description. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Now, I've removed the trailer mods that were causing a problem. I'm back on default trailer mods at the moment. Since I made the last video, you may remember when I tried to connect to the trailer, we had some problems. Since then, I have removed the trailer mods that were causing a problem. This game is now released. The public beta has now become a full 1.31. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Options Gameplay, and I'm going to turn back on the Advanced... Oh, I already had it on anyway. Advanced Trailer Coupling, that's fine. That's what I wanted. So we've got Advanced Trailer Coupling turned back on, which means we're going to have to be a little bit more careful when we reverse. Now, we are in Page, and I said to you, I'd like to get down this end of Arizona. I had a quick look at the jobs, and I found just behind us here, there's a Gallon fuel station. They've got a job, I think, going down to Camp Verde, if I remember, which is about the best we can get right now. Oh no, Flagstaff, sorry. Flagstaff, and then another one. We can take a Flagstaff journey out down this way. We can't get one from Page down here, annoyingly, so I'll have to do it in a couple of hops. I did want to have a look at external contracts, but then I kind of remembered that the way the mechanics for external contracts work, if you look at them, actually, yeah, the problem is that the journey side. Oh, hang on a minute, hang on. I take it all back. In that case, that looks beautifully ideal. When I had the mods turned on, things were not looking so bright, but having disabled all the mods now, we've got all kinds of jobs going on. Right, hang on. Let's go back. Because what I was thinking of doing is doing a few external jobs, because I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but the external jobs link to your World of Trucks account. What you need to do is if you've not created a World of Trucks account, then you should create one. And then what you do is you connect the game to the World of Trucks account. Once you've done that, you get these external jobs, which all these are recorded against the World of Trucks server, so it's quite cool. I'm going to take that, 13 grand is going to take us through Flagstaff, past Camp Verde, past Tucson. I know somebody in the comment wanted to see Tucson. I think they tweeted me saying they live in Tucson. And then down to San Salmon. That's brilliant. That's going to take us right to the corner of Arizona. So let's click on Begin Delivery. We are here, so hopefully that's going to be the garage behind us. Yes, it is. Nice! Let's start her up. Let's have a quick look at the fuel situation. Fuel is 118 gallons. Whoops, wrong key. Yeah, we've got about a half a tank and about a half a sleep away from a rest. So we'll get this thing picked up. Side lights on there, and we'll plot our route. We need to discover those cities on the way, and we'll need to think about where we're going to rest up, because I think our rest is probably due in just a few hours' time. Let's have a look. Next rest stop in 6 hours. There we go. We've got 18 and a half hours to get it there. So yeah, the external jobs are recorded against your World of Trucks account, and you can see how much how many deliveries you've done, how many miles you've done, all this kind of thing. But I do like taking these fuel tankers. I really do enjoy these fuel tankers. Right, I'm sure you saw my advanced trailer coupling video. If you didn't, you might want to give it a quick watch. But essentially, we need to be a lot more accurate about how we reverse the truck into the trailer. Let's get the kingpin into the fifth wheel much more accurately. There we go. And also, if we just quickly pop into external view, you're going to see the trailer legs coming down now. We press the T key. Oh, trailer legs have gone up automatically. They went... No, they didn't. Go away! Thank you. Okay, that's now disconnected. Well, that's annoying. That pop-up display... There you go. You could probably see the leg winding up. Weirdly enough, that pop-up display was getting in the way, and then I pressed the wrong key and disconnected the trailer, and then I had to drive away and haul back again, which is a bit weird. Never seen that bug before. Anyway, what's the weight of this thing? 17 tons of diesel. Now, this is quite a long old trailer, this one. So we need to be careful with the corners and stuff. Alright, let's get outside of here and plot the journey. Okay, right, we're in Page. 6 hours is probably going to take us somewhere near Flagstaff. We could potentially, if we're up to 6 hours at this point, we'll fuel and rest here, depending on which one comes first. We're going to try and go for a rest and a fuel stop because we're going to need both anyway. If we plan to swing this way, let me go like that maybe. If we plan to sort of loop through there, we've got a rest and a fuel station here. And that will pick up Camp Verde. Phoenix, interestingly, if we want to discover Phoenix, there's actually a discovery point here. That's going to delay us a bit on the journey. But... Okay, that would discover that. I think there's a... is there a truck dealer in Phoenix somewhere? Or maybe that's it. We may as well get Phoenix on the way. And then we definitely want to get Tucson. So we'll go that way through Tucson. And then into San Simon. And then after we've dropped this, I would want to be heading down to San Simon to rest up there and get the discovery. So we've got some brand new places to visit today. And that extra journey is going to delay us a bit. So what I need to do is make sure I stay on top of the speed. And be doing at or near the speed limits as best as I can. So that we're not late, because I don't want to be late for an online delivery. Right, let's bring it up to 35. Get on the highway as quickly as we can. Yeah, so if you look at the trailers on the... right, down to 25. If you look at the trailers on the AI vehicles, you're going to see it's all stock stuff at the moment. I will get some trailer mods that work with 1.3. Now that 1.3 is out, that should happen fairly quickly. I would have thought that the coast-to-coast maps and all that kind of thing will patch up fairly quickly, but for now we've got plenty of Arizona to look at still. But I won't be able to take external contracts if I've got these trailer mods going, because they only work with the standard trailers. Which kind of leads me to another point. I really wish SCS would bring out some more variety in the trailers, because if you want to do external contracts, you rely entirely on what they provide. And whilst the ones that we've got are nice, I think there's, you know, room for quite a lot more in terms of trailer types and the way they look as well. Okay, a cop car right next to some roadworks. Interesting. Probably trying to get people going through that red light, I imagine. because that's going to cause problems right back to the traffic lights there. That's 25. Look at the rocky outcrops up there. Oh, there's the balloons that we saw. I wonder if they... I think those balloons fly at night as well, which is kind of bizarre. I think the way... They should expand the capabilities of some of the map modding so that you can say, right, this object's here, as in like this balloon here, is only visible between these hours. I don't know for sure if you can do that already, but I'm fairly certain that I've seen crop dusters in Nevada flying around at midnight, which is obviously unrealistic. So that leads me to believe that they can't currently say, here's an object, here's where it flies around, here's its kind of movement path, and it's only visible between these certain hours. Because if they could do that, I wouldn't be seeing midnight balloons on crop dusters, so they should definitely add that. Right, let's get it up to 65 or thereabouts, although we need to be careful because some of these corners are pretty tight and this trailer is pretty heavy. Like I say, I've got ground to make up here. Is it 17 tons? Yeah. San Simon to Sunshine Crops. So this kind of delivery makes sense because we're on default trailers. We're taking chemicals, effectively fertilizers if you like, from a petrochemical plant down to a Sunshine Crops, which is where they're obviously going to spray it. So those kind of things make sense. Where it tends to go wrong is when you bring mods in and you'll find yourself picking up, you know, weird machinery from farms or delivering a crane to IKEA. You know, this kind of crazy stuff you start to get. It is amusing, but then not very realistic, but what can you do? I've got a feeling there's going to be a speed limit change here, so I'm going to back off slightly. Hey, I love that guy. I think he's awesome. That's a nice little rest stop. Set back off the main road in a little loop there. I like that. Yeah, that little cone, man. I think he's awesome. How many miles have I done in this truck? 5,833. That's not bad. I think on the Kenny that I use on my streaming profile, I think I've done about 13,000 on that one, I think, if I remember. Very nice scenery. Very nice scenery. I've been driving a lot in Eurotruck lately, and if you jump from American truck to Eurotruck, the contrast is quite stark. In Eurotruck, it is, I can't describe it, but it is very kind of European in its feel, and the weather systems and even the lighting, just the mood of it, the trees, the texturing, the buildings, it's so different. Although it's the same kind of gameplay underneath, the same game mechanics, same graphics engine between the two games, as you're driving around, the visuals are so very different. Like with this, you actually feel like you're driving in the States. They've captured the look of it very well. Oh my god, that just went to 25 like that. Did you see that? There was no warning, it just dropped. Great tires. See, the Americans spell tires with an I, and The English spell it with a Y. True story. Oh, that was close. Genuinely thought those two were going to have a clash then. I'm being overtaken by a a 50s pickup. I bet they're worth a few quid now. If you've got one of those now, I don't know what they are. If you've got one of those now, I bet you in that kind of condition that'd be worth quite a few dollars. So the only thing about this turn right on red, right, which I must admit I like it, but the only thing about it is, me as a truck now, I'm going to sit in the right lane. You know, I'm not going to go in the left lane to go straight on because I'll slow people up. But if I sit in the right lane, anybody that wants to turn right on red can't do it because I'm blocking the entire road. So practically speaking, unless you have a separate turn-off lane, practically speaking, how often do you actually get to turn right on red? Like, do you always find that the lane is blocked? That's nice. Look at that building. Wow. That is so well done. Blimey. Do you know, you could drive past here, down these roads, 10 times, and every time you would see something different that you didn't see before. How can it be 25 here? Look at it. And then boom, 75. How can it be 25 though? I don't know which lane I want to be in. Let me have a look at the signs. That's a turn off lane. Okay. Standard cloverleaf junction you can see on the sat nav. Oh no, it's not a cloverleaf, it's a half cloverleaf. It's when you play games like City Skylines where you're designing cities and roads and stuff, you kind of get... It's interesting actually, you get to learn about intersection designs, and there are patterns to them. And what works and what doesn't work, and what works best in a certain situation, depending on what two roads you're trying to join with the exit ramps and entry ramps. See, I find it interesting. Let's get these side lights on for now. I've got a feeling my guy's going to be ready for some sleep soon. 2 hours 39, okay, we're good. What time of day is it? 5:50 PM. I've been down here before. Look, can you see the road up there is the one-way reverse direction to this one? Wow, he's moving. Flippin' heck. Don't feel like I want to go any faster right now. These roads are pretty twisty. But yeah, the cloverleaf intersection is reasonably common when you've got two highways meeting, like two major roads crossing over each other. And the cloverleaf effectively allows traffic going in any direction to change onto the other road in any direction. And it looks like a four-leaf clover with like curved joins around each clover. And the one we passed back there was a half cloverleaf because two of the loops were missing, which means two of the direction changes are not possible. Not sure why that guy's slowing down. Alright, we need to get off here. My guy's yawning as well. So maybe this would be a good opportunity to find that rest point. I can see one on the right, but I'm sure I set this to loop around, I think, past a rest point and a fuel station. think I'll let this guy go. Don't fancy cutting into him. Camp Verde. Why's my indicator still going? Let's burn up. Okay, I know you're tired. This is almost like... Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Pretty soon I've got right away though, pal. This is like a mini village, look at it. Whoops. Crikey. There's a rest area here on the right. It says rest... Look at this. It says rest area. That sign. And yet, on the map, that's not marked as a rest area. I don't even know how you get to that. Actually, I think you get to it off the main road back there. I can see a small exit ramp. All the buildings around here are two-story at most, have you noticed? Oh, dang it, is that a rest area as well? How do I even get into that? Okay, here's the rest area. Let's go into here, and then in the morning we'll grab the fuel. This is an interesting rest area. Yo! There's a guy stood outside of his little motel thing. You mind if we sleep here? He doesn't seem to mind. Yeah, it's this weird little place. I'm guessing that's a motel, and I'm not really sure where the offices are, unless these are the offices, maybe? Anyway, let's rest, then we'll get some fuel and carry on. There we go. Beautiful. Let's get those lights on. Let's get rid of that. And we'll go forward and try not to wipe out this guy's motorbike. That looks like one of those like Harleys they used to use on chips. Do you remember the California Highway Patrol program? You may not remember it. I used to like chips. The thing is, I can't remember a single episode of it. Uh-oh. Apparently I cut that one a little bit too sharp. I can't remember a single episode of Chips. I just remember watching it. Seems a bit weird filling up on diesel when we're carrying like 17,000 litres of it. Alright, let's see how much we get. Burgers. Play the lottery. $129 gallons for $264. Wow. Man, that's cheap. Right, I need to head this way. Get back on the main highway down there. Well, that was a small, quaint little village. Very sleepy town, isn't it? Is that an M for McDonald's or an M for Morrison's? What is that M for? That's a nice view. Oh god. Thanks, Mr. Posthead. Decent speed limits again. How long have we got left? 18 hours remaining on the job. 13 hours till we need to rest. 290 miles on the journey. I think we're good. Okay, let's get that speed up. Let's go and see some more of Arizona. What's that? Truck Works. Total truck car. I think we could do with a service on this thing. 7% damage on the truck now. That's just general wear and tear, I think. Let's drop down to side lights. Okay, we need to get off at this exit here. You know, one of these days I might take a journey where I try to figure out my... turn the sat-nav off and try to figure my way there without a sat-nav. Which could be easy or difficult depending on what kind of journey you go for. Nice. See, in my mind, right, you should be able to drive trucks like that. In fact, in a career mode, you should only be able to drive trucks like that in the beginning. You should have a non-articulated truck license. So that's the kind of career mode I would love. Well, you start off, right, you've just passed your non-articulated, like your heavy goods vehicle, as we call it. You've passed your class of heavy goods, which is non-articulated, and you start off with a real kind of rusty truck like that one, but beaten up, but it's yours, you know what I mean? It's yours, but you've got no money. So you start off, you know, moving, you know, stones or whatever, ore or something around from a quarry. You start off by moving that kind of thing in your little truck, or you could pick a box kind of truck. You get to pick at the start what you want. Do you want to move? Do you want a tipper truck? Do you want a box truck? What kind of goods do you want to move around? And then you start moving it around, and then you get to the point where you skill up, and then your money starts to build up a little bit, and you can upgrade your truck. In the meantime, you're having to deal with like servicing and breakdowns because you've got quite an old vehicle. It's got like 1.5 million miles under it, and you know, it breaks down, the maintenance is quite high. And then you upgrade it, you get a nicer truck. And then you level up, and at some point you can now you've got enough points to apply for your articulated trucking license. So then it puts you on a... Where are we going here? Straight on. It then puts you on a test where it gives you a articulated truck on a test track, and you've got to do various things, like you've got to drive through, a bit like Scania Truck Driving Simulator. You've got to drive through various coned areas and not hit any cones, and then you've got to do a reverse and all this kind of thing, and then you do that and it goes, right, you've got an articulated license now, but you can't afford a truck probably, so you go and rent one, or you just do those kind of jobs where they're not really your truck. Maybe you do that, and that's how you start off, and then eventually you buy yourself a second-hand truck to haul trailers in, but you don't buy the truck and the trailer, you just buy the truck. Have I gone the right way? Wait a second. Yeah, I've gone the right way. No, not. I should have gone past that. Dang it. Oh well. We've got Phoenix done, never mind. Actually, I need to reset that waypoint, otherwise it's going to get very, very confused and derpy. Just make sure it goes the right way down here. Yeah, it does. Oh well, that's my mistake. We missed a discovery point. It's no biggie. So you just buy your own truck. It's a bit rusty. Again, it might break down depending on its age. There's like a second-hand market for trucks, and there are various kinds with different mileages, different makes, different reliability. You know, all that kind of good stuff that we like from career mode. And then you just take jobs, and you turn up in your truck, attach it to the trailer, deliver the trailer, detach it. You could then bring in the idea of multi-drops and contracts. So you sign contracts to, you know, you might sign a contract with Walmart or something, where they'll say, we want you to haul goods for us for 2 weeks, like every day for 2 weeks. Like one of our drivers is on holiday, we're looking for a driver to take over a 2-week contract to haul goods. His normally delivery route is this. We'll change it every day to whatever needs, and it'll just take you around the city doing multi-drops or to other cities. You know, whatever it is. Do you know? You get the point, though. The point is that the whole way the career plays out is very different. It takes you through non-articulated, articulated. It takes you from old rusty trucks up to brand new shiny ones, whilst managing your company and managing repair costs, upgrade costs, salaries. People maybe go off sick, you know, all this kind of thing. You could hire drivers and they've got different attributes. Some of them might be reliable, some of them might be unreliable, so they're always phoning in going, oh, I feel sick, boss, I can't come in today, you know, all that kind of nonsense. And then you can fire them. Just, I don't know, there's so many possibilities there for career. I doubt they're going to do it now, because the game, like that's the kind of thing that you would put into a next version, a next major version of the game. If they were ever going to do that, that's where it would appear, I think. But at the very least, at the moment, I would like to see multi-drop trailers and contracts, like that kind of thing would help enormously. Like, we all know that the career mode in this, once you've got kind of about to level 30 or so, money is not an object anymore. After you've got a certain number of drivers, the money that comes in just saturates anything that you could ever do in the game that's wrong. You know, you could change truck every journey and still wouldn't notice, because the money that's coming in is so high. So I don't think they can ever attack that and fix that now, because the game has been out that long. Well, Euro Truck in particular. American Truck's been out for, what, 4 months? But they can enhance your experience on the road. So as a driver, what you experience can still be enhanced, because it affects you day to day. The external contracts is one of those things, and it's a great addition. I'd like to see that fleshed out and a lot more added to that. But just after that, I'd like to see contracts being brought in, like not just one single job, but multiple jobs over a period of time. That kind of contract, like a company contract. So your company has a contract with another company to deliver goods, and then you have to commit perhaps yourself and a number of your drivers to the contract, and then you fulfill it, you get a contract bonus. If you don't fulfill it, you get a contract penalty. I'd like to see that brought in, and that would enhance, like, because let's face it, at the moment, if you're playing this game day in, day out, which I know a lot of people do, it is essentially taking jobs from A to B, and that's fine, but they need to add more to that. They need to flesh that out a bit and make it so that instead of it just being like tactically dropping jobs off, it's more of a strategic thing where, from a bigger picture point of view, what you're doing with your company and contracts is having an impact on your economy. That's where they need to put some time in, I think. think this is one of the discovery points that we've gone for. Tucson, cool. We're going to go past a discoverable here in Tucson. Nice timing. I was kind of hoping if I cruised that, then I wouldn't have to go to a full stop. The speed limit just went from 65. Whoa! What the heck? That is not the first time I have seen that. That happened to me on Sunday Night Trucking. Exact same thing. A vehicle just decided, you know what? I'm just going to take a bite out the side of your truck. I was about to say the speed limit dropped from 65 to 25. There it is. Driver Staffing Agency. Nice. So that's going to cost me 1% damage to my truck. Thankfully that isn't so bad in this game, because of the co-opt insurance stuff. In Euro Truck, that's going to be an expensive fix. And that's the other difference with a career mode in Euro Truck, when I do make that series, is repairs are fantastically expensive. Although, if I remember thinking about it, I'm sure I read something where they changed the career mode in Euro Truck so that in the lower levels, like, it scales the fine for you. So if you get a repair bill or a red light ticket or something like that, it's not a case of, oh, you're doing 1,800 euro jobs and you go through a red light and it finds you 700 euros, like, because that's like a third of your entire money. I think it scales it depending on your level now, so it may not be so bad. It has been a long time since I did a Euro Truck career mode, I must admit. Over 3.5 years ago I started playing the game. This is a nice park. Look at that. That is really nice. I like it. Looks like Tucson's quite a pleasant little place. Seafood on the right, used car dealer on the left, a cafe. It's not a Starbucks, it's just a cafe. Don't pull out on me, please. Thank you. Okay, just making our way back to the freeway here. No train coming today? That's another thing they need to fix. They need to make trains a lot longer. They are nowhere near long enough. Right, I think that's the last of our sightseeing. So this AI driver here would be so beautiful if you can actually move into the other lane. Now some might argue that's a realistic simulation of life, but I would argue, well, in my country it's not. If I'm indicating like that, they will move over. You know, most people will move over. Truck drivers often will not, but then again they'll quite often anticipate you coming onto the road, and they'll slow down or make it so that, you know, you can get onto the lane without having to wait, because they know what it's like to be merging in. They're quite experienced drivers, but yeah, car drivers, it's a little bit more hit and miss, but in my experience they will move over. Whereas the AI on this, like 100% of the time it doesn't move over. Uh-oh, this isn't good. There goes the loan payment. Of course, it doesn't actually scroll past and tell me how much it was. Perhaps under the short messages there it should tell me. I should have a list of the last messages. Oh god, why did it suddenly change? Did that suddenly change, or was it just me not paying attention? I was looking at the speedometer thinking, oh, can I get into 17th gear here? Next thing I know, I'm turning off. I'm like, whoa. How far have we got left? 24. Oh, we're here, look. We're here. I guess I didn't notice then. Is it me, or are those clouds moving really quickly? Nope, not that one. That's the vineyard. Nice. So we lost 1% damage on the truck. We didn't lose anything on the trailer. Looks like we got it here quite well. Made all the discoverables we asked, apart from the one in Phoenix where I didn't make the right turn, so I didn't get that discoverable. I have got a feeling that's a truck dealer, you know. I might just do some external jobs around Arizona before I bring in some mods. It's kind of different and interesting. Here we go, Sunshine Crops. Right, where do you want it then? Oh, I see it. Yeah, this is one of the more interesting drop-offs. It's not the most difficult though. This one's made more challenging by those trailers being in the way. The really tough one is down the side of that barn though. Down the side of that barn is mega interest. Oh, I just think it was caught a trailer. Down there, that's the most difficult one because of that stupid little trailer there on the right. That one. But this is more difficult because of these trailers. Definitely a fun drop-off. Particularly with the trailer this long. To come all the way. Oh, little horsey out there, look. What the heck is it doing? Looks very playful. I think my starting alignment is not the best. I have to pull back out and do this in 2 goes. We shall see. Otherwise it's going to be a little bit sharp. Need to change my track IR profile so I can actually see past my exhaust stack there. looks to be mostly in. There we go. Brake on. Let's go external and disconnect the trailer. Trailer legs coming down. Synchronizing with the world of trucks. Good work. Not excellent, good work. I think that's got because it got sideswiped. Yeah, look. That's where the truck drove, the car drove into me. How annoying. $600.34. It's not the end of the world, but... Base reward, hazmat bonus. Bonus for parking the trailer, 40 XP, but lost 34 for getting hit. I kind of feel like that should be worth more. You know, it can take... I mean, it doesn't take me long to reverse a trailer in, but... A, I'm parking on maximum difficulty, which should definitely be worth more. And B, you know, it does take a few minutes to do it normally. You should get more than that. Just my personal opinion. Let's go and get out of here. Let's pull up out of the way. So I think, let's just turn the lights off. I think we're down in the most southeasterly part of the map, pretty much. On the next journey, I think what we'll do is we'll go via San Simon, and we'll need to come down to Sierra Vista. We need to get these guys done, no matter what the job we do. It'd be kind of nice to get that guy done as well. One way to do that is to free roam that, and then pick up a job from here. But we'll kind of see, depending on what's available. That's it for this episode of Trucking Diaries. Don't forget about that link in the video description down to the competition for to design a game for the debut people. Other than that, I shall see you on the next episode, which will be episode 40. Can you believe it? Episode 40. Until the next video, guys, take care. Happy trucking.